Vered Bendik suffers from multiple sclerosis. Her eyes find it difficult to give her spatial balance. Her legs are unsteady. Professor Yoram Baram from Israel's Technion University has created a device to help her find all-important balance while walking. It's called a closed-loop augmented reality apparatus. Vered starts to walk with these special glasses. Her movements are more deliberate, more controlled. This is what Vered sees. A virtual reality tiled floor moves in conjunction with her own movement relative to the real floor. The tiled floor gives Vered's brain a frame of reference. Multiple sclerosis has damaged Vered's optic nerves. Her lack of spatial orientation contributes to her lack of balance. With these glasses, Vered is teaching her brain how to overcome this obstacle. After several tests with various devices, Vered walks without the instruments. And much to her surprise, the positive effect of the glasses remains.
It seems to have a strong residual effect, which is in fact a learning process, the memory process. Using the device obviously does something to the brain. It forms neuronal connections, if you will, and when the patient is done with the little exercise and puts the device aside and would start walking on his own, he would still have the same effect. It so happened that patients have been calling us a week after the experiment, telling us that they're still walking on the tiles in their mind. So it does have this strong memory and learning effect.
Professor Ariel Miller works extensively with MS patients. He hopes the virtual reality glasses will offer them some hope for coping with this incurable disease.
Now I should elaborate and mention that gait or walking problems can be due to different reasons. It can be because of weakness of the legs. It can be because of muscle spasm, spasticity as we call it. It can be due to sensory problems when the patient cannot feel the floor appropriately. Or it can be, and this is what actually was the focus of our study, because of disequilibrium, of imbalance. Now, among the options that a physician or neurologist can offer the patients, we are very limited in what we can offer to date to patients with gait problems. And actually, there is nothing, no treatment, no drug, and no medication for gait disturbances due to imbalance.
Professor Baram developed the virtual glasses concept from his research work at NASA. He had developed a navigation device for low-flying helicopter pilots who must maneuver quickly around buildings, mountains, and canyons. Baram discovered that enhanced optical images of objects help pilots to orient themselves and more accurately estimate spatial distances.
יותר ביטחון ויותר שליטה. כי ראיתי, אני הולכת למעשה רגיל, לא הרגשתי שהיו לי תוספות.
Professor Baram has discovered that some of the trials did not help MS sufferers while wearing the glasses. But when they took off the glasses and walked again, the improvement was realized without the instruments. Professor Baram says the brain is creating new physiological ways to adapt to the illness.
I would say it creates alternative pathways through the brain. Obviously, in such patients, there are areas in the brain which are not functioning. And what you create by the visual cues and the auditory cues are alternative pathways going through those senses which apparently re-establishes a brain-muscle connection which is more effective than those damaged areas.
The virtual reality effect also helps patients with Parkinson's disease and those who have suffered brain damage and strokes. With the encouraging results, Bar-Am's team hopes to perfect the device, making it smaller and less cumbersome. Bar-Am envisions MS sufferers training with the device in the morning or evening in the hope that the balancing effect would last throughout the day or even longer.